Told you I'd be back. Alright, I told you I would be back here. Now let's get started. We're going to do, hopefully, about 6.5 bars worth of leveling here. So let's get out of this for 1 second. We'll reapply. Oh, I worked too fast. Yeah. I'll try not to talk, okay? I'll just try not to talk here. Again, if you hear the buzzing or you hear a whooshing sound, that is from the fan. I'm going to move the microphone a little more out of the way here. Now you'll hear more of an echo from the box. Wait, no, I can't do that either. Just do it. Right. There we go. I can lean back now. I don't feel like I have to lean into the microphone for you. Getting a sip of coffee. See, on that in between, I went and got another coffee. Haha. Oh, it's just the right temperature now too. I let it cool down, unlike the last one I did when I did the layout. There you go. I gotta get behind him to pounce. Only a few hundred more of these left to go. Maybe 1,000. I don't know. We're just gonna shamelessly grind it today, just to let you know what we're doing. See what I mean about about nature grasp? It just gives you an extra dot. Well, I know it's sold at the auction house, really, but I want to get away from here. I'll never get back. I may have to go up to the hinterlands. You can do that. You have to eat first and then shadow meld, and then it'll do it. And then you can eat and drink in peace. Much like I just did. See, again, if I had my Druid and Rogue add-on, I would have known. Oh God, don't come here, Spellcaster. I don't want to deal with you right now. Go somewhere else. Ooh, a mana potion. Oh, let's just keep going around this way. We'll just do the we'll hit the ring once, and then we'll head back to Stormwind. Might not make it to 50. Who knows? Well, we're gonna have a good time doing it. Get a lot of XP, maybe an axe. I have an axe to grind with these. Ugh. Come on around again. Ooh. Let's just play as a cat with this and see what happens, right? Because I have one thistle ready to go. Oh, real? Yeah, it had to be that one, right? Bite. Chomp. You know, my cat does not ferocious bite. He doesn't. I love my cat. He's one. We raised him from a bottle. We bottle fed that baby, okay? So he is very good with people, not great with other cats, but he's not absolutely violent. He's not a violent kitty when it comes to other ones. He just doesn't know how to cat. You know, he never and I mean, he didn't learn how to cat until a little bit later in his life when he found his little butt. When we finally presented him to the other cats that we had, and he found his little Bubby that he had for God knows how many years until Bubby passed away. And while we're getting down here, we might as well recharge the mana battery. Right. Now I know why they call chicken-form druids oomkins. Even in Feral, you run out of mana. It's an enforcer. How do you mean I gotta be behind you? It missed! How dare you? It's not missing. And I mean, yeah, I probably could do them two at a time. I'm just not carrying right now. I'm going easy squeezy today. On my paladin, I would have pulled 2 and 3 of them right now and just put magic fart down and do that. Turn around, you rotten thing. Turn around. Turn around. Come on. Good boy. See, like, my only point to being a cat right now is just to get the dots rolling, and then after the dots are rolling, I just swap out to bear and just let the dots trickling down. Very similar now I do a warlock. But as you can see again, shape-shifting in and out like that, it's very mana intensive. It runs you out very quickly too. I didn't see how much these guys are given per thingamabobber. Where am I at right now? 42%. Ooh, 42. Yeah, I need to move my questy tracker out of the way. Can I do that? No. I'll have to go into the add-on to do that, and I'm being too lazy right now to go there. Don't turn. Yes! Got you! Got you! See, I'm willing to wait just that second. I don't have to thistle tea my way out of that one to get another dot going. I'm not that insanely worried about getting all the dots up. Because you have this big bear form. Part of the reason why you have this gigantic bear form. Turn around. Turn. Get turning. Be like Tina Turner. You see, that's technically behind him. Do you see the angle I was at? That's technically behind. You don't have to be 100% fully behind these boys. These fat boys. They fat. They're nearly naked, too. These nearly naked fat boys. How dare they? How dare they be there breathing my air? We're taking a small drink break, and I'm going to take one in real life, too. Gotta finish this cup. I think I'm going to shadow meld here for a second. I'm getting me a water, and I'm coming right back. See, the plop you heard was the controller. I'll be right back. Alrighty, we're back, and I forgot my microphone was on, so you hear me making weird noises. I brought some stuff in here just in case while I'm at it, and it's going to be for the Blue Sky news feed. I might do one at the top of the hour. I have no idea yet. We're going to probably still be here at this point, grinding endlessly on these Nermalls, on these fat boys. Reminds me of going to the campground. Oh, I miss going there. We went, my husband and I, we went to, we've done a clothing optional campground once, and oh my heavens, you should. There were bears on top of bears. They made these guys look like skinny boys. A few of them did, but hey, I'm okay, and I'm okay. My husband was okay. We're pretty accepting people. I mean, you might not be the one we want to be with in that manner, but hey, we'll be okay with you. Don't panic. Come on. Oh no, it's becoming popular. Well, it's 10:30, but that people have finally woke up. They're not like me and get woken up by a small furry black and white cat at whatever time that was this morning. Ugh. Here we go again. Now, ooh, I can tell you a story about that. You saw that guy getting chased by that scorpion. I was live from Fellwood. I wasn't live. I wasn't doing live streams or nothing yet. I was just playing the game. I don't know how many combo dots I have, because I can't see those tiny little things up there at the top. Sorry, Blizzard. But that's something an add-on was necessary for, and it got broken by the current patch. Like I said, it's not their fault that they broke the patch. Apple said this many a time to people. Many a time. Did I swipe when I did not want to? Really don't know if I did or not. Anyway, back to the story. And here comes this undead mage. Of course, it had to be an undead mage. Pursued by like 2 or 3 teddy bears. the teddy bear people that you gotta get rid of in order to get rep with the other teddy bear people. And they say it's for nature and for balance, and don't ask why. But in any event, they were being chased by about two or three of them, and I had my one on my paladin. This was before Turkey Tensia too, and I was just getting mine. That mage went right on by. I hit Holy Shield, and 3 more bears came over here for some hot bear action. We had a big bear 4-way in the middle of Feralis, and whoo, let me tell you, I saw my life flash before my eyes. I saw my character's life flash before her eyes. I was a her paladin. But yeah, that's how I knew that the mere application of a buff was enough to give threat, because that happened. And that's what makes a paladin tank the most threatmatic thing in the world, because the mere application of a buff is enough to get you. Is enough to get you aggroed. It worked. It worked back then before they made that announcement. This was before they made the big announcement that said, well, yeah. That said, well, duh, if you cast a holy spell, yeah, people aren't. It counts like a heal. The paladin buff debuff system counts like heals. Let's just stealth a little bit. We'll see here. Oh, they got him. On you. Just on y'all. Excuse me. I had to burp. We might just go up to the hinterlands in a minute and get this over with. My hearth is set to Stormwind, so it's not a horrible thing. That's one of the things you should do. You have Fur Fire didn't go. What on earth? Because you have your Moonglade spell, that's your Kalimdor Hearthstone. It will always go there. I'm going to complete my ring. I don't care what y'all think. Then I'm going to go back to Stormwind and plow my way through them woods. But let's enjoy ourselves while we do that, right? Let's enjoy this time together. And get a drink of water while we're at it. Just to let you know, personally, I was able to work out last night, too. I've been meaning to, by the way, to get over here to, just to play a little bit and do something just exactly like this. And, you know what? By the time I was ready to stream, exhaustion just rocked my world. It just messed me up so bad. I was too tired to go on. I just went right to bed. So don't ever let anything get in the way of of regular life. Okay, that's my moral of the story here. Don't do something that's gonna hurt you. If you're exhausted, there's no point to coming on here and doing a live stream. You're just gonna mess yourself up. Let's drink. We'll drink a minute here. It's 10:39. We got about 20 minutes before I gotta go on the Blue Sky news feed. I'm gonna give you an 11 o'clock. Yep. I was behind you! You rotten kid! I was behind you. And I'm closer. Oh, and you have the audacity. The audacity. Dare they miss my pants? I'm supposed to be pounced on hard. Another enforcer. Hey, they turn around, right? Oh, screw it! We're getting them both, whether we like it or not. I might as well swap out, do my roar, and get them gone. Let me reset the roar only because that roar is the biggest lifesaver you'll ever have. But I think it counts as a spell for the purposes of like 5-second roll and things like that. Oops. As long as I still have rage, I'm gonna get this. Oh, you're a 47. You're a yellow mob, huh? Come here, baby. Come on. Now I'm going to do the switch to heal. Oh, so it starts at what, like 80 seconds or 90 seconds? I didn't catch the timer. We're working with the new API, by the way. If you don't like it, there's always private servers, but it's because everybody's mad mainly because add-ons are broken, and there's nothing really Blizzard can do for add-on makers, okay? I told you enough times. It's like what Apple Computers told their developers a few times in the past. At least once in the past. They have said that. They said that exact kind of thing. It was about an application called Code Warrior, if you'll remember that. This was way back. I mean, way back. I mean, PowerPC Macintosh days. Best ones they ever made. But that's beyond the point. It'll be on the point. The reason why they went from PowerPC to Intel was it stagnated. PowerPC stagnated. Intel actually decided to innovate rather than just throw out high clock speeds like they always do. And that's why the big switch happened. But in the middle of this was this little note from Apple to their developers, and it was a basic warning. They said, okay, guys, listen. You're going to want to stop using Code Warrior. And you're going to want to start using Xcode. Something's coming. And this was in like, I mean, you could put this in big old capital letters, scare quotes and everything. And you will be very sorry if you do not do this. So, a new OS came out. A new Mac OS came out. And Code Warrior was busted. And this was right at the point of the big Intel switch. Why am I just waiting here? Oh, I could grab two of you. Let's just do that. But the big switch happened, the OS came out, and everybody using Code Warrior was very sorry and had to emergency port over to Xcode. From what I have been told with this patch, they were warned. There was a warning with this. And it was, this is coming. And you need to get ready for it or you will be very sorry. Oh, don't do that to me. Here we go. Now, and guess what? These the add-on developers, if they were warned, if they were given that warning that some people on the Warcraft board said happened, you were warned. It's Code Warrior all over again. Stop using Code Warrior, go to Xcode, and if you don't, you will be very, very, very sorry. Well, guess what, add-on developers? You got to be very, very, very sorry, and the user base is mad at you. Now, I understand some stuff about doing things, about doing stuff like an add-on, or anything that would be considered a side, okay? Anything that would be considered your side hustle, okay? And I'm assuming that for a lot of y'all, this add-on stuff and the donations you get from that kind of, add-on income, the add-on revenue, I'm assuming that's a side hustle, and that you do have like a regular real job, right? Can you please get turned? Thank you. I swear, if that was going to miss, I was going to scream. But, you know, and I understand. Because I have side hustles, too. I have other things that I do besides today's news and Warcraft. This is not my steady income. I wish it were. Good heavens. Wouldn't that be nice? Being paid all day just to play a video game and tell you what's going on in the world? Good heavens. Wouldn't that be a great career? But, c'est la vie. Let's get down here. Let's see what we got over here. Another brute. I guess when I run out of waters, or if I level up, whichever comes first. My word, I'm way up there, 47%. Now, you see, with some of the other stuff that happened with this UI, it's just normal for me because console port kind of forces this issue on you. What's your crap? Really? Oh my lord, you're coming back. I'm going. Bye. Really? 47, 46. Alright, come here. See, I can AoE grind on these guys if it's 2 at a time, because it's because you know what you do in the middle of it is you take a second and drink. Or take a second and drink. Take a second and heal. Heal, be healed. Go for the green mob first because it just makes the other mobs so much easier to get. Oh my word, it's actually going to wear out on me. Come on, give me another swipe. Come on, give me a swipey. Let's swipe right. Now see, look what happens here. We just cast a heal, and we're back in the game. Paladining is so much easier than Druiding though, because you could slip right, because you can slip into that heal a whole lot easier than you can as a bear. But for right now, Healbot is not updated either, by the way. I mean, if you're coming in here to Healbot, you're going to be very sorely disappointed. You'll be very, very, very disappointed. Okay, I'm going to let good old Spirit do this because I've got to take a little mini break, and another mini break. I am so sorry. Things happen. Things happen. There are processes in biology that must be done. And I'll be right back. That wasn't my cat. I saw Kyle over here. I thought it was my cat. No, it was just something on the floor. It had the right belly and the right everything. But it was not him. Okay, I am back, as you can plainly see here. Let's just go ahead. Because we're down to that moment. 1. Actually, wait, can I do them or not? We can. We're just gonna go ahead and double team them, and Bear will show you some of that too. If these were Warcraft bears, it'd be hot bear on bear action, but wrong kinds of bears. Like, I'm going to go ahead and rebuff. Okay. Now, I did that kind of on purpose. Ooh! Cut. See, my threat plates aren't up either right now because that was an add-on. Sometimes it doesn't feel like I'm going after them at all. Well, I've got a slower weapon. That's probably why. Yeah, that is probably why. Ooh. Excuse me. 247s. You know what 47 is, right? That's just 42 adjusted for inflation. And if you know what 42 means, you're good. If you know what 42 means, you're ahead of the game here on our little sci-fi wonderment. Come here, both of you. Alright. Oh, I didn't turn on my attack. Oops! Oh, that was not going to be fun. No. I'll show you what will happen. When there's 2 of them, you hit your fast ones. You hit your faster heals. You know, if they're not going to go down in time, if that one doesn't go down in time. Okay, so you see now, look what I'm going to do here. Ready? Boom. Boom. Let's see if I can get him like that. That might help me. Alright. Now, he can cast the big heal now. Alright, we're 6 minutes away from the top of the hour. I'm probably going to go down the Blue Sky news feed. I'm not going to turn on the feed. You're not going to get that in the window. We're just going to go through. You can always verify anything off the Blue Sky news feed simply by going to my profile and checking the news list. So, there you go. Oh, why did I just cat? I showed I can do bear stuff. Why am I doing? Alright, let's bear back out. 47. Here you. Here you. Off we go. Once again, I like getting those enforcers out first, only because they do dual wield. They do. They do. Okay, we're gonna redo the debuff. Oh, that's gonna be done. I do that, you silly goose. I swiped when I should have mauled. Saw my life flash before my eyes. Yeah, I did. That was a good critical hit. That was a pretty good critical hit. And you gotta remember with this stuff, you've got a heal in your toolkit. You're going to have to use it, people. There's just no way around that. Yeah, I moved him back because there was a spellcaster right there that loves getting me. Loves getting into me like that. See, the more mobs you have, the better the chance you have of a critical hit, too. That's a big deal for me, because critical hits give rage. Need more rage. Urgh. You know, I could bear potion this. I could, but we're pretty close. I'm gonna go ahead and do it like that. That gives me another good one. Now, I'm not going to do my enrage again. No, you don't do the enrage again until you hit the next set of mobs, or you've got a good healer with you and you got a ton of mobs around there, because otherwise you're just splitting yourself up. Otherwise you're just splitting up what you can do. You're not a paladin. Oh, I hate that. Stress beacon taking up space in me. I don't want you. Yeah. Yes. I've got a lot of cloth to send over, though. Oh, my tailors are going to be so nice. Why, that is going to be so happy. Got some turtle scale to send over. Heavy hides to do. See, there's a lot of stuff I can do. A star ruby. Ooh. Oh, that's to make wolfy helms, isn't it? Because I didn't have enough claws. Let's satisfy my curiosity. Escape boots, nightscapes. There it is, wolfy helm. Ah, see, look. I need more claws. See, to do that, you gotta get to the hinterlands. Yeah, to get the claws, I'm going to have to go to the wolves and hinterlands anyway. I'm hoping I don't have to. I'm hoping maybe I can get through there at the Plague Lands and hit some of those. And hope they have the claws that I need to make more wolfy helms. They don't sell right now. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. The time you need to get it is Alterac weekend. I'm just going to tell you that now. Because people will pay exorbitant prices for anything. I've sold rune cloth bandages for I don't know how much. I don't know how much I wound up selling those for. It was not it was well above the vendor price. Let me just put it that way. And it was just because somebody on AV weekend didn't want to get bothered going out to get band-aids. Right now, this is, I think, Warsong weekend. I think it's Warsong Gulch. We'll have to... I'm going to jump back to Stormwind anyway, so I'm going to find out pretty instantly. Let's see, are there two over here or just the one? There's just the one. So we're going to do a cat to bear on it. So you see, we start as cat. Gotcha. Gotcha. Debuff. Then I'm going to hit that again because it snapped to the old debuff and not the... snapped to the old ones where it didn't have that debuff on it. It didn't have fur fire factored in. Fur fire factors. Fur fire feral factors. God, you can't even... That's a lot of F. Now, it is 11:01. As soon as this guy's done, we are going to have a news break. Well, it's not really a news break. It's going to be like... Come on. Go away. Alright, so let's get this thing ready here. I'm going to go ahead. I'm not bringing it up. I'm not going to bring this up. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not going to bring it up at a separate window. You see how I do it anyway. And it appears... Oh, it appears our last one's just from 31 minutes ago. This has got to be... Oh, Adam Kinzinger, by the way, over on his Blue Sky, it says, hey guys, 23 minutes ago, looking for that article about how Governor Beshear is pushing for proof that Mitch McConnell is still capable of holding a 20-minute conversation about Iran and Ukraine. Guess what? This is a huge, huge, huge conspiracy theory. They seem to think that Mitch McConnell is not alive anymore. What is it? He was, he had a stroke at some point before, at some point, or heart, and no, it was a cardiac incident, wasn't it? It was cardiac. It was cardiac, if I remember right. But whatever the event is, he's in the hospital right now, and everybody, and everybody in a left-wing conspiracy circle is thinking this, okay? It's like left-wing InfoWars conspiracy time. Now, ready, guys? Here it is. Mitch McConnell is no longer alive. This is what they believe, okay? This is not me. This is not me. This is not me. This is the conspiracy theory, not me. This is not today's News and Warcraft. Today's News and Warcraft is under the impression that until things are official, there's no reason to get into gigantic fuss over it, okay? Well, you please. Oh, my God. Sheesh! He was clinging to 1 HP, I don't know how long. Man! But he's supposedly no longer alive, and they're holding his seat by pretending that he is still alive. Listen to this. Oh, my word. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy! Left-wing InfoWars is all over the place, okay? Ever since it became Onion Wars. Oh, my Lord. It's like the conspiracy theories ain't stopping about this one. But to be fair, there's been a lot of conspiracy facts, haven't there? 46 and 48, okay. But they say he is there because... Get this. What did you do? Oh, nothing. What did you do? I hit in rage. Oh my God, and that started the cooldown and I don't have my stuff. So my word. Something happened. I don't know what. Maybe I hit a button too fast. But he is... being on basic Republican life support, basically, because the Republicans, according to the conspiracy theory, are scared to death that Thomas Massey is going to win the special election. That's their fear. That's the fear. And that's what led to this conspiracy theory, is that everybody's turned on the Republican Party, which is true. And it's because of the idiots you ran, and the people that support you going all over. Let's just be honest. Let's be honest. Y'all are going to have to quit picking people that make you go and start picking people that's actually going to be in the best interest. Okay? If they try to throw the trans football at you, they're trying to get you to go read. Think about this a minute. Just think a minute before you go read. Now, here we go again. Howard University, this is from CNN. Confirmed in an email. Confirmed in an email. Really? You confirmed this in emails. And guess what else? Here. And this was in an email. Meetings that should have been emails? No, this should have been a meeting. This should have been a real meeting with them. 502 people. Human beings. First time in college students whose accounts did not reflect. This is a quote. Okay. 502 first-time students whose accounts did not reflect the required enrollment and financial obligations by the previously communicated deadlines. Which means, this means something wasn't done. Something wasn't done. Oh, we'll get through this. There's no problem. We'll get through this, guy. I'm not worrying. Something wasn't done on their part, on these kids' part. Or to be honest, on the parents' part. And these were first-timers. And it's looking like you're not getting cut a whole lot of slack now, are you? That's what it seems like. Over tuition payments. Okay, this is over tuition payments. That's what the picture says. 500. The picture is, they memed it over on Blue Sky at CNN. 502 students lose spots at Howard University over tuition payments just weeks before classes start. Yeah. How nice, right? How nice of them. How Christian of them. How white of them. How white of Howard University for doing that to people. So, in the comments, you can hit this and get the comments. My favorite one so far is one from a person who's on here named Corey J. Any billionaires want to step up and ensure these kids get an education? No. How about millionaires? Any millionaires want to step up and ensure these kids get an education? No. Oh, well, F you guys. And that's the truth. You realize at the turn of the century, oh my word, at the turn of the century, this would have been nothing. Some millionaire J.P. Morgan would have come up there and said, here you go, go to college. Y'all go to college on me. This was something those millionaires of 100 and some years ago would have done. And without a problem. Because they knew to avoid getting a gigantic, massive income tax hit or some kind of taxational hit, that these millionaires had to give back. They had to give back to their community. They had to give back to the people that paid money to their business and helped make them rich. Oh, why don't we do this kind of poll? Let's do this. We'll do a Starfire poll. And this was normal. They knew who made them rich. And in order to avoid the government coming down on the millionaires, like what could very well happen after November, guess what? They gave back. Why do you think there are so many libraries that we still remember as Carnegie libraries? Okay? They were named Carnegie libraries. Not because it sounded nice, not because it sounded erudite. You shouldn't use big words, that's ableist. No. No, that's using a big word. Go look it up. But you know what? Those same... But you know, that's why they're named Carnegie libraries. Not because it sounded erudite, but because Andrew Carnegie paid for it. No other reason. Andrew Carnegie paid for it, and that's why it's called the Carnegie Library. They put all that money down in exchange for naming rights, which got lost. Excuse me, I got a cough. Which this stuff gets lost. Absolutely, utterly lost. Oh, I may have to redebuff. I just go to my other boy here. The other enforcer. Take that, enforcer! Or is that enforcer Matt? Which one's enforcer and which one's enforcer Matt? One is 46, one's level 47. Which one's from the enforcer channel? Which enforcer is which? Man, that's still clinging on to 1 HP, ain't you? Well, we'll just do that. Oh! He finally went down. And today's News and Warcraft wins over the Enforcers once again. I get a good laugh sometimes. I do get a good laugh out of doing this sometimes. I really do. Our next one up. This is from an hour ago. The White House Correspondents' Dinner was last night. The White House Correspondents' Dinner, where everyone gets together and has this lovely erudite meal and gets to be with the President of the United States. And they exchange quips at each other. Yeah. Who thought up this idea again? Who thought up this idea again of a bunch of rich people getting together and getting rich people food and having rich people conversations, getting rich people jokes from the President of these United States aimed at other rich people? Who thought this idea up? Again, who thought this idea up? Who thought this was a good idea? Who? I was like, I mean, really? Who thought of this idea? This is no. You won't go have your own fruity little club dinner? Don't drag me into this. Don't drag my universe into your fruity little club dinner. Go have your dinner. Go enjoy your little dinner. But back to the event itself, rather than me just complaining about the fact that it's a bunch of rich people having a rich people dinner, which it is, but hey! Alright, I'm just going to stealth through here. President Donald John Trump's, I added the John, he's such a John. Rambling address at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, annual dinner, on Friday, was filled with far more insults than assertions of fact. Give me a minute. I'm going off on the media. I'm coming right back. I'm going to stay stealthy here, okay? I'm going to stay all stealthy. I'll be right back. I'm going off on this. Take a deep breath in. Because we're going to damn the media to hell and back today. Alright, dearest media. You had a huge time with him. You had 4 years. 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. Okay, you had all of that time, through the presidency, through the primaries, through the general election, through anything else, to start screaming back at him, and you did not. You failed. You failed. You failed. First term, you failed. On the 2020 election, you had every single possible opportunity to push back, scream at him, get him done, and remind people of what the truth is as he said it. You failed. You failed. You failed. You absolutely, utterly failed. Absolutely utter failures. Okay? But wait. It gets even better. Because you know what's more fun than the 4 years of his presidency? The next 4 years. You had 4 years of Joe Biden to get it right with Donald Trump. Again. So grand total of 8 years. Grand total so far is 8 years. To get this right, to hit back, to fire back at him in real time, like today's News and Warcraft did. Okay? I showed you how to do your jobs. News media. I showed you how to do that. Go back to my live feed a few days back. Give me 1 second and I'll tell you exactly what it was called. We'll just stealth right there. I'll tell you exactly what it was called. You give me just that 1 minute and I will. I'm coming over here to my studio. Sorry guys. No, it's not one of the calm down ones. It's over here on content. If you haven't seen my calm downs, oh, they are so nice. Go there. It's called Donald Trump's election speech Road to Dictatorship. And I went through it for 43 minutes. And went on the attack. I showed the media what to do. The media continues to be piss poor pathetic about this man, about Donald Trump. They're writing him off again. They're saying he is not a big threat again. They're saying, oh, it's just words and ha-ha funny jokes again. Are y'all not tired of it? I could have drawn him in, but I didn't. Why are you not tired of this? Demand accountability in your media. Demand it. Donald Trump lies to your face on CNN, MS Now, and they don't do anything when he says it. Nothing. Nothing. And I can really trace this very far back. Very far back. Because I can take this to at least 1865. Okay? Okay, I can take this clear back to 1865. And easily. And easily. We need to stop poor babying these people. And we need to start interjecting reality to these people. Oh, screw it. Ugh. I'm tired of waiting for positionings. What's wrong with me? See, it didn't go. See, if I knew with my add-ons, I would have known it didn't go. See, it wouldn't have gone. Okay? No, never mind. Never mind. But we can go clear back to 1865 for this because we decided that, oh, we're going to forgive the South. We're going to forgive the South for trying to get out of the country. We're going to forgive you and everything's going to be so happy again. Was it ever happy again? No. That lesson wasn't learned either. Oh, how nice. Lessons that don't get learned. We appeased the South after the U.S. Civil War. We did. Sorry, we did. We did. We forgave the white folks that seceded, tried to secede in this failed rebellion that we call a U.S. Civil War. But it really was a civil war because it was over who would govern the South. Would the South do itself, or would it go and still be a part of these United States? That was the big question. I mean, it was a huge question, believe it or not. Back up. Come here, you. And then after this one's gone, I'm going to heal up real quick. But why did we not stop everything in its tracks before it happened? The South was train wrecked. It could have been completely and utterly redone, but the white folks were all done. After so many years, the white folks were done. And they said, no more Reconstruction. Sorry, black folks. Sorry, no more equal rights just yet, black folks. Not yet. And it leads all up into this garbage that we have today. You know, it absolutely does. But again, let's get back to the original topic. That the press has decided to treat Donald Trump with a pair of kid gloves, and have been since at least 2016, maybe even further back than that. So my question to you, U.S. media, what does Donald Trump have on you, or to be fair, what does Vladimir Putin have on you, that will allow you as the media to just completely and utterly cower out at every chance you can get? Any chance, right? Any chance you get, you're cowering out. You don't confront anymore. Because confrontation might decrease something and we might not make money. Guys, listen. It ain't your job to make money. It's your job to report the news. That's what your job is. It's some higher up executive's job to make sure that makes money, but it's your job to report the news. And yeah, if you do get censored by those same people, guess what? Call it. Call it. Call it for what it is. You know, just go ahead and do it. But to stay there and be cowards, to be abject cowards in the face of this, to not sound the alarm every dang minute. You've been doing this for years and years and years and years and years till it's sunk in. To even stupidest of stupid readers. This should have been a slam dunk. Donald Trump should have been a slam dunk for anybody on the other side of that ticket. And instead, you allowed those people that went to control the entire narrative. You allowed those people that went to go through and have absolute utter and spill their absolute utter nonsense. And I mean utter nonsense. Absolute utter nonsense. And here you are still allowing it. Every time the man gives a speech, you need to just jump in. Be a little inset window, like I do sometimes when I have a Firefox window up. Oh, excuse me. Or like any other YouTube personality that will sit down and go through a Donald Trump speech like that and just say, screw you, we're going to give you the truth. Okay? And that's it. It's just screw you, we're giving you the truth. Go for it. So, there we are. And now you can tell this is not, it's not an exciting news day, thank heavens, because the next one from CNN's 2 hours ago, it mentions this. For decades, those drug lords with names like El Chapo and El Mencho have been the poster boys of the U.S. fight against Mexican drug trafficking. Now, the Trump administration has adopted a new target. Well-heeled politicians who allegedly accept dirty money to help the criminals, like Donald Trump. You know what it is? If you're not going to help him, you're on his poop list, and there you go. That's all it is. And Prime Directive. This is a Mexican problem. It is not a function of the United States federal government to fix things in Mexico. Now, is it? And let's just hit it. Let's just hit Iran while we're at this, because this is, it's U.S. meddling. U.S. meddling. Here we go again. And here we go again. How much more meddling are we going to do? Do you remember back in January, and we had the protests in Iran? Remember they were all going at the time 2-4-6-8. We want a different government. I didn't say the chant would rhyme. I didn't say that chant would rhyme. But that's what they wanted. That's what they wanted, wasn't it? They wanted a different government that wasn't this goofy extreme garbage that they currently have to face, that they currently endure. But that happened in January. And you know, the United States was handed a golden opportunity when those protests began. Okay? And I said it back then too. If you didn't think the inheritor of the Shah of Iran was not talking to the Secretary of State Marco Rubio, you were stupid. You were just plain stupid. If you thought that he wasn't, I mean, really? How would you not think that? Ooh, 4 bars away. Yay, we just might level up yet. How are you that dumb? That's golden goose that was laid in the U.S.'s lap. The people that were protesting, and I can't kid you enough on this, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, we want the Shah. It really was. 2, 4, 6, 8, we want the Shah. There is no number that has an aw at the end, so that just makes it even tougher to try to make rhymers. But that's what they were doing. I remember the signs. Do you remember the signs? Do you? No, obviously not, because you're going to go and say something really dumb, and here we go. Here we go again. Right? I'm tired of you going read. You know, have something besides read. But that's what's going on, isn't it? And I remember when that happened. Okay, absolutely, utterly remember it. And when it did, it's like I said, this was a goose that laid golden eggs. Honest to goodness it was. It's going to take a minute, because they don't hit very often. But they waited. They had to get everything together. It was February. Protests were already done, and the Iranian government already made sure that those same people would never protest again. You know? They made double, triple sure that no one was ever going to protest that again. Because they unalived all or nearly all of them, to the point that they're probably going to Bajoran militia this instead of, literally any other way. So So in doing that, the U.S., of course, again, had it in their lap. Perfect. It was perfect. It was so perfect, actually. And here we are. And now here we are. We went in there in February, way too late, like I said before. And then it became, then you remember it morphed. Where was that? I had a reply for this too. Hang on a minute. Let's get rid of these couple guys here. We got a brute and an enforcer. Take that, enforcer, with your thousands of fans. Let's see here. Nope, that was Elon Musk. Measles are back up. Where was that? I'm looking. Hang on. Hang on. Wait. We'll go ahead and rest up here. By the way, YouTube recently had a bunch of people. Oh, there it is. I remember when this Iran conflict was about saving Iranians who were standing up to their awful government. Do you remember when that happened? Come here, you. And you. And you. And you. Now, it was it. That was it, wasn't it? And then they just bluntly admitted, yeah, it's about the oil. We want the oil. Donald Trump was like, yeah, here's oil. We want oil. We don't want this oil. We want that oil and 14-year-old girls, but mostly we want the oil. And then that changed because the ones that go don't. The knights that say don't understand. When they hear that it's all about the oil, they're done. They're done. Okay? Because they know they don't have much of a leg to stand on, and because you might wind up running out of legs to stand on the moment you say, yeah, it's about oil and about making money. We want their oil, we want their money. And then, after all of that, with the oil commentary, it went to Iran shouldn't have a nuclear weapon. Well, okay. Let's talk about that. Let's assume, okay, Iran shouldn't have a nuclear weapon. Okay. Israel does. The U.S. does. Anybody around them that would easily jump in there and say, we're the government now, they have nuclear weapons. There's an agreement. It was between Pakistan, believe it or not, and Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, as Peggy Hill would call it. And in Saudi Arabia, I love Peggy Hill. But in Saudi Arabia, if Iran went to them, Pakistan jumps in it. They have a defense pact. They have kind of like a NATO pact over there between the two of them. Pakistan has a bomb. Pakistan's got it. Iran does not. What's to prevent Pakistan from just saying, oh, screw this, we're done, you're over. Nuke. What's to prevent them from doing that? Iran doesn't have a defense like that, now do they? How dare you? Okay, let's heal up a minute. Now, we'll try that again. But yeah, anybody that wants to come in and say, we're done with your government. So that's Pakistan, Israel, the USA, China is nearby there, India is nearby there that could say, we're done with you. I don't think they are. I think there's some ships that went over to India from Iran, but I don't know if that's the case or not. I don't know if that's the case or not, so don't take me at the gospel. So that argument falls apart. And plus, even if Iran does have one, how many does Israel have? Iran launches one. Israel unleashes all of it. and Iran becomes a parking lot. Guess what for the USA? If Iran nukes something for the USA, guess what? The USA reduces Iran to a parking lot. That's the same reason. That's the same reason why Russia doesn't go into Ukraine with a bunch of nukes. That's the same reason why during the Cold War nobody nuked each other, was because they knew the other country would become a parking lot. But that one device is insurance. You see, it's insurance. Why do you think North Korea has one? They know the West wants to get rid of Kim Jong-un. Kim Jong-un knows that. He ain't stupid. He's not stupid. But he also knows that with one nuclear device, he has an equalizer. It's an equalizer. And that's all it is. And I'm not saying that to be pro Kim Jong-un or nothing. I'm saying that because that's what it is. Get it. Oh, I can do one more. Let's just, come on, we're gonna have to, because we're not gonna make this. There we go, now we got it. But yeah, now, this has become this. Now it's become this. Now it's become this. Donald Trump is throwing yet another temper tantrum, and nobody has the testicular fortitude to tell him no. He's never been told no a day in his life, and it frickin' shows now, don't it? Frickin' Trump is daddy. Good Lord. Good Lord, I want to dig him up, reanimated, just so he could take Donald Trump over his knee and spank his butt. For probably the first time in his life. Either of their lives. This is the result of someone who has been gentle parented his entire life and has never been told no and always has to surround himself with people that refuse to tell him no because he simply can't handle no. N-O, no. And let me remind y'all, no does not mean later. No does not mean keep going and wear somebody out. No means no. No is a period, end of discussion word. And it means you're not doing that. It means you're literally not doing that. And I'm not going to survive this, so I'm going to lazy. Yeah. Start parenting your kids, gang. Tell your kid no. And make it stick. Make them understand what no means. Because you don't want to have a Donald Trump adult. No, you don't. In fact, if I want... My word. Stop gentle parenting everybody and everything. You can't do that. You cannot do that. Quit gentle parenting. Stop gentle parenting this guy. Stop. It's over. The era of gentle parenting needs to end. And because you see the end result in the White House, in the presidency right now. And you all are still like, well, that's not how gentle parenting is supposed to work. We don't want to have it like that. We need to have it in stuff like this. And blah, 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 blah. Quit being a mealy-mouthed Melody. Quit being a mealy-mouthed Melanie. And actually take care of your kid. You help spit it out. You help spit it out. You're responsible for it. Start being responsible. 40 minutes later, and I'm only, what, 2 to 3 stories down? 3 stories down. Whew. I need a quickie break. Give me a break. I'll be right back. if you heard my cough a second ago, I'm sorry. I was trying. That was a good throat clear. We might not get to it. We might not even get to the European wildfires. Oh my word. They are going on. They are. All right, let's get him over. Come here, you. No. Spain has declared its first ever national wildfire emergency. First ever. #1. As firefighters battle blazes in central and northeastern regions. In other news, the climate is changing. How do you not notice this? How do you not notice this and instead continue to go about how we need to burn more coal? No, we don't. We need the thorium from the coal in a thorium reactor. You want to reopen the mines? Give us LFTR. LFTR. Keep saying those words. LFTR. A Democratic Party. You want to win in the coal belt. You want to win in the Appalachians. LFTR. You want a strategy? I'm going to give you a strategy in a minute. Guaranteed to win. Because there was a news thing from yesterday. There was a news thing from yesterday and it involved Joe Manchin, and I wanted to find it. I wanted to find it because the next one is Donald Trump bombed the correspondents' dinner yet again. Oh, go. It was just easier to smack it twice. But, there's something else right there. But I'll go ahead and get spellcasters in because they're easy. Because they're easy to nab. See here, that was White House Correspondents' Dinner, White House Correspondents' Dinner. From Jake here. From Jake here. I gotta appreciate Jake here for a little while. Because, he does it. He does what he does. I can't complain on him. I can't complain on him, really, because he's generally right. He's generally verifiable. Here, you. Now, both of you get over here. Now, President Zelensky, the real president, has replaced General Syrskyi with General, what's his name? Mikhailo Drapatye as Ukraine's new armed forces commander-in-chief. Syrskyi has apologized to Fedorov. Syrskyi has apologized to Fedorov. Fedorov is thanked Syrskyi for his service. Okay, so not bad. It's not bad. I can't complain. There were these weird rumors about why did this guy get replaced by this, and why did this happen? And no one seems to know. I'm not Vladimir Zelensky, and I can't, and I can't say why. Sorry, I can't. Let's see here, where is that? It was a Michigan fire. There was a fire up in Michigan. Michigan home fire, 8 people, including 6 children, no longer alive. Oh, man. Some had gunshot wounds. So, here we go. Another piece of Donald Trump crap. Where's this Joe Manchin thing I had? There was one from yesterday. I've got to really scroll down for it, though. Okay, I'm sorry. I've got to really scroll down in order to find this. Fool. Why is Laura Loomer in Ukraine? We know why she's in Ukraine. Because Donald Trump told her to do it. I'm getting away from that, Hunter. Cool. Gray. Evacuations. Where was that? Oh, yeah. From MS Now 17 hours ago. And it is still reverberating. South Carolina to lead off the Democratic primaries. Because, and you might not like the answer, but it's about racial makeups. It's about the racial makeup. crikeys, you should use makeup for that. Yeah, you should. But that's the leader now. Iowa isn't even the first group. In fact, there are 0 Midwest states. None. None. Which shows you... Hi, baby. My kitty came over. Which shows you absolutely, utterly, without fail. Without fail. There's no Midwest strategy for the Democratic Party. It doesn't exist other than to call you stupid. If there is a Midwest strategy, Democrats, why don't you tell me? Because it doesn't exist. I can't find it. I can't find it anywhere. Let's see here. And I'm still digging for my Joe Manchin news here. Let's see here. Oh, there it is. There it is. It's from 19 hours ago. Man, that was a long time. That's a long time in this current news environment because of how things work. But there's a Brit. Oh, okay. Well, let's get the big one first. So let's go ahead. We'll go ahead and get these guys here, and then we'll manage it a little bit. Let's get away from our caster mob here. There we go. Because I just don't want to drag another mob into this. We don't want casters coming. So 78. What a nice, lovely age, 78. I hope I can last until I'm 78. You know, I really do. At 78, Joe Manchin is getting back into politics. Now, I'm going to tell you his story in a minute, okay? But I'm going to finish reading the article here. A year and a half after leaving office, fed up with the major parties. And yeah, he was. He absolutely was. Again, Joe Manchin was right and AOC was wrong, and I'm sorry that AOC was wrong. The former West Virginia senator is launching a new effort, the Independent Leadership Council, which is to recruit and support independent candidates. He was a Democrat. Was. Now, let me tell you the story of him. He was, and still remains. Oh, phooey. I did not mean to do it that way. But the heels and stuff, did my poison. Oh, there's a wasted water. But Joe Manchin should have been somebody that the Democrats studied. And I mean studied left and right, up and down, getting every single ounce of strategy that Joe Manchin had. Here's why. The last time he won that election for Senate, the last time he won his Senate election, it was as a Democrat in West Virginia. One of along Mississippi, one of the rubiest red places ever made. And instead of the Democratic Party looking at this and going, there's something going on here. Maybe, just maybe, we should go and take a look at Joe Manchin. Okay. Oh, we're at 70%. Well, 69. I rounded up on you. But maybe, just maybe, we should take a look at Joe Manchin and what he did. You can go over to my Life tab if you'd like. Go look up at one that I had over there. It's called Weekend at Bernie's. And yeah, that was literally what I called it, Weekend at Bernie's. Because we went to the Bernie Sanders rally. It was at Lenoir, West Virginia. And it was the place was packed, okay? And one of the things that he said, and this was in response, this was Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders, not Joe Manchin. Bernie Sanders said this and not Joe Manchin. Listen because it's Bernie Sanders. The National Democratic Party abandoned you. And they did. They abandoned anything remotely Appalachia. Remotely. You abandoned ship in 2000. You saw that in the state of West Virginia, where Joe Manchin is from, in the year 2000, for the first time in a very, 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 very long time, and without huge events like, Ronald Reagan being Ronald Reagan in '84, he pretty much had everything. He even had West Virginia then. But the state, West Virginia, used to be one of the most reliable Democratic strongholds ever made. You could run a broomstick here if they were a Democrat, and they'd win. Bam, 51% of the population would vote Democrat right away for that broomstick, and that broomstick would get in office. So what wound up happening in many ways, in several ways, West Virginia became a little more liberal than California ever could be. And then 2000 hit. And for some reason, West Virginia went to George W. in 2000. And it never looked back after that, and stayed redder and redder and redder, and got redder and redder and redder as time went on. You saw it. You saw it too. You saw it too. There's nothing I can do to, there's really nothing you can. There we go, debuffs, and now let's start it. Now, but in 2000 it went to George W. Bush, and it stayed red ever since. It really has. To the point where the broomstick swung the other way. Now, if you run a Republican, the stupids will vote for you. Just because you have an R by your name. Straight R tickets. And this was primarily because the National Democratic Party abandoned the state in 2000. Well, guess what happens when you have a vacuum? Something comes and fills that up. And for some reason, I don't know why, the Democratic Party felt that California's 2 Senate seats were more important than West Virginia's 2 Senate seats. And California's 2 Senate seats were more important than North Dakota's 2 Senate seats. Or South Dakota's. They thought that New York's 2 Senate seats were way more important than Missouri's 2 Senate seats, or Kansas's 2 Senate seats, Wyoming's 2 Senate seats. I can keep going. I can keep going on this all day. I really, really, really can. In fact, I went on it so long, guess what? It's 11:55. It's almost 12 noon, and guess what? I'm still in the news feed. We're still here. And my screen went off. My phone screen went off because I was going off the phone for the news feed. And guess what? The National Democratic Party decided that some other states' 2 Senate seats were way more important than a whole bunch of red states. They made a power vacuum happen, and then the Republican Party swept right in. They swept right in, and now those same Democrats, those same ones that never understood, that never ever understood about this whole shebang, They never understood the system. They couldn't figure it out. I don't know why they decided that California's 2, or Washington State's 2, really Seattle's 2, or Chicago's 2 Senate seats, because you can't win without Chicago there in Illinois. So they thought they were more important than several other states' 2 Senate seats, and now look what happened. You ain't getting West Virginia back. Shelley Moore Capito's winning her election, no matter what you think and no matter what you may think about her. I'm sorry about your luck there. She's got it. She's got it in the bag. Idaho, same story. Any one of those red states. Because you spent from 2000 and spent 26 years up to now abandoning. You played abandoned ship. You launched your life rafts. And you didn't even wait for those states to get their life belts on. No way. You couldn't do that because you were more worried about California's 2 Senate seats than anything else, and New York's and all the other bigger states, while completely ignoring the fact that the Republicans went into that power vacuum and built up such a coalition of small states. You're never going to have the Senate again. Unless you start really going into those smaller states like West Virginia, Wyoming, North Dakota, South Dakota. Take your pick, people. Take your pick. Take your pick. Take your pick. Take your pick. Pick some states. Go in there. Start a-messing. Start a-going. Start a-going. At some possible second, you're going to have to figure it out, right? Oh, I forgot they have launchers. No. But you're going to have to figure this out, and you're going to have to step in. You're absolutely going to have to. So with that, I'm going to stop the news feed right now. We're going to go back into this because I've spent literally an hour just going at just a few of these stories. So let's get back. Here, and we're going to go onward and upward. Come here. Now, alright, let's just go back. Let's play a game a little bit. Let's just play a little bit longer. By the way, if you hear the buzzing sound back there, that's my fan. I have a fan on right now. If you like what you see, like and subscribe. If you enjoy it, like and subscribe. There'll be game tips, there'll be news things, there'll be all sorts of other stuff coming around. The video tab is where the main news stuff is going to be at from now on. I'm just letting you know, and let's just do this. Don't launch me. Yep, of course you would. But that also means I can do this. Yeah, we may just have to reset my... Yeah, I'm just going to reset my enrage. I don't care. Wow, they're resisting hard, ain't they? Stop resisting. Yeah, just don't forget, like and subscribe, and that's the best way you can support any smaller channel. Okay, it's a... what was it? Adam Mockler boy. Like, we gotta punch through that algorithm. Well, guess what, guys? That Adam Mockler boy, he's already punched through the algorithm. Because he has multiple thousands of... thousands and thousands of subscribers. That's more or less now AI scripted moments. Where they say, well, come here, and we'll fight the algorithm together. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. We will fight the algorithm together. No, you're not. You're just helping some channel with untold numbers of people already there and an already built-in audience. Because once you're subscribed and you hit the silly little bell, everything comes. Everything comes. It comes on your regular old YouTube feed once you do that. Unless you do get algorithmed. And the only way to really get algorithmed anymore is to have a small amount of people like me. The smaller your audience, the greater the chance of your algorithming. I thought I heard a knock at the door. Yeah, the door. No, there's nobody at the door. I swear I heard it. It sounded like somebody was knocking at my door. All right, let's get out of there. Alright, so with all of that out of the way, and we got through a news thing anyways, whether we liked it or not, but I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to call this one for the day. Let me do that so I can get over here to studio and get out here. So we're going to have a good day today. I'm going to probably finish this out right here and then go and train and get ready to go to the Plague Land. So the next time you see me, it will probably be up that way. So for today's News and Warcraft, this is Nermal, and I wish you a great day and great gaming.